Good morning, my friends. Happy Sunday. Happy church day. Happy daylight savings day. Oh, I hate this. I hate daylight savings. I hate it. I wish they would get rid of it. I am already messed up in the head. Yes, Meredith, I think so. I could not get to sleep last night. I was awake quite late. So I'm awake now, but Sunday afternoons on my couch are the best naps. The best naps happen on Sunday afternoons. And dinner's already made because I made a huge meal yesterday. So I've got dinner left over, which means I don't have to cook. Listen, girls, I'm coming home after church and I'm hitting the nappy. And then I'm not going to sleep tonight. And then I'm going to complain about it tomorrow. You see how this is going to go? It's exactly what's going to happen. And I'm starting my day out this morning with coffee instead of a latte. And I'm quite disappointed because I've been drinking lattes and they've been so wonderful that coffee is a little disappointing this morning. All right. March 9th. Oh, happy birthday, Dad. Happy birthday. All right, March 9th. The laws concerning vows, Numbers 31 through 16. Then Moses summoned the leaders of the tribes of Israel, and he told them, "This is what the Lord has commanded." Ow! Easy. A man who makes a vow to the Lord or makes a pledge under oath must never break it. He must do exactly what he said he would do. If a young woman makes a vow to the Lord or a pledge under oath while she is still living at her father's home, and her father hears of the vow or pledge and does not object to it, then all her vows and pledges will stand. But if her father refuses to let her fulfill the vow or pledge on the day he hears of it, then all of her vows and pledges will become invalid. The Lord will forgive her because her father would not let her fulfill them. Now, suppose a young woman makes a vow or binds herself with an impulsive pledge and later marries. If her husband learns of her vow or pledge and does not object on the day he hears of it, her vows and pledges will stand. But if her husband refuses to accept her vow or impulse pledge on the day he hears of it, he nullifies her commitments, and the Lord will forgive her. If, however, a woman is a widow or is divorced, she must fulfill all of her vows and pledges. But suppose a woman is married and living in her husband's home when she makes a vow or binds herself with a pledge. If her husband hears of it and does not object to it, her vow or pledge will stand. But if her husband refuses to accept it on the day he hears of it, her vow or pledge will be nullified, and the Lord will forgive her. So her husband may either confirm or nullify any vows or pledges she makes to deny herself. But if he does not object on the day he hears of it, then he is agreeing to all of her vows and pledges. If he waits more than a day and then tries to nullify a vow or pledge, he will be punished for her guilt. These are the regulations the Lord gave Moses concerning relationships between a man and his wife, and between a father and a young daughter who still lives at home. Conquest of the Midianites. No. You're going to need a nappy too. Go lay down. Conquest of the Midianites. Numbers 31, 1 through 24. Then the Lord said to Moses, on behalf of the people of Israel, take revenge on the Midianites for leading them into... Oh my goodness, I'm sorry. Bassy, go lay down. Please. On behalf of the people of Israel, take revenge on the Midianites for leading them into idolatry. After that, you will die and join your ancestors. So Moses said to the people, choose some men and arm them to fight the Lord's war of revenge against Midian. For each tribe of Israel, send 1,000 men into battle. So they chose 1,000 men from each tribe of Israel. A total of 12,000 men armed for battle. Sebastian, Travis York, I'm telling you what, knock it off. Hey. Okay, we have laid down. Then Moses sent them out, 1,000 men, each from 1,000 men from each tribe, and Phinehas, son of Eleazar the priest, led them into battle. They carried along the holy objects of the sanctuary and the trumpets for sounding the charge. They attacked Midian as the Lord had commanded Moses, and they killed all the men. All 5 of the Midianite kings, Evi, Rechem, Zur, Hur, and Reba, died in the battle. They also killed Balaam, son of Beor, with a sword. Then the Israelite army captured the Midianite women and children and seized their cattle and flocks and all of their wealth as plunder. They burned all the towns and villages where the Midianites had lived. After they gathered the plunder and captives, both people and animals, they brought them all to Moses and Eleazar the priest and the whole community of Israel, which was camped on the plains of Moab beside the Jordan River, across from Jericho. Moses and Eleazar the priest, all the leaders of the community, went to meet them outside the camp. But Moses was furious with all the generals and captains who had returned from battle. "Why have you let all the women live?" he demanded. "These are the very ones who followed Balaam's advice and caused the people of Israel to rebel against the Lord at Mount Peor. They are the ones who caused the plague to strike the Lord's people. So kill all the boys and women who have had intercourse with a man. Only the young girls who are virgins may live. You may keep them for yourselves. And all of you who have killed anyone or touched a dead body must stay outside the camp for 7 days. You must purify yourselves and your captives on the 3rd and 7th days. Purify all your clothing too, and everything made of leather, goat hair, or wood." Then Eleazar the priest said to the men who were in the battle, "The Lord has given Moses this legal requirement. Anything made of gold, silver, bronze, iron, tin, or lead, that is, all metals that do not burn, must be passed through the fire in order to be ceremonially pure. These metal objects must then be further purified with the water of purification. But everything that burns must be purified by water alone. On the 7th day you must wash your clothes and be purified. Then you may return to the camp." Division of the spoils, Numbers 31:25 through 54. And the Lord said to Moses, "You and Eleazar the priest and the family leaders of each tribe are to make a list of all the plunder taken in battle, including the people and animals. Then divide the plunder into 2 parts, and give half to the men who fought the battle, and half to the rest of the people. From the army's portion, give the Lord his share of the plunder, one of every 500 prisoners, and of the cattle, donkeys, sheep, and goats. Give this share of the army's half to Eleazar the priest as an offering to the Lord. From the half that belongs to the people of Israel, take one of every 50 of the prisoners, and the cattle, donkeys, sheep, and goats, and other animals. Give this share to the Levites, who are in charge of maintaining the Lord's tabernacle." So Moses and Eleazar the priest did as the Lord commanded Moses. The plunder remaining from everything the fighting men had taken totaled 675,000 sheep and goats, 72,000 cattle, 61,000 donkeys, and 32,000 virgin girls. Half of the plunder was given to the Lord's fighting men. It totaled 337,500 sheep and goats, of which 675 were the Lord's share, 36,000 cattle, of which 72 were the Lord's share, 30,500 donkeys, of which 61 were the Lord's share, and 16,000 virgin girls, of whom 32 were the Lord's share. Moses gave all of the Lord's share to Eleazar the priest, just as the Lord had directed him. Half of the plunder belonged to the people of Israel, and Moses separated it from half belonged to the fighting men. It totaled 337,500 sheep and goats, 36,000 cattle, 30,500 donkeys, and 16,000 virgin girls. From the half share given to the people, Moses took one of every 50 prisoners and animals and gave them to the Levites, who maintain the Lord's tabernacle. All this was done as the Lord had commanded Moses. Then all the generals and captains came to Moses and said, "We, your servants, have accounted for all the men who went out to battle under our command. Not one of us is missing. So we are presenting the items of gold we captured as an offering to the Lord from our share of the plunder: armbands, bracelets, rings, earrings, and necklaces. This will purify our lives before the Lord and make us right with him." So Moses and Eleazar the priest received gold from all the military commanders, all kinds of jewelry and crafted objects. In all, the gold that the generals and captains presented as a gift to the Lord weighed about 420 pounds. All the fighting men had taken some of the plunder for themselves. So Moses and Eleazar the priest accepted the gifts from the generals and captains and brought the gold to the tabernacle as a reminder to the Lord that the people of Israel belonged to him. Woo. All right. I think it's knowing for me that I am losing an hour of sleep that it makes it hard for me to sleep because usually I sleep really, really well. But I think it's just it's me knowing that I'm losing sleep makes me feel have a hard time sleeping. Well, that's awesome, Karen. Good for you. All right, my friends. That's gross. I miss my latte. Plain old coffee. I just decided, I haven't used my coffee pot in a while. It was wicked moldy. I know that's gross. I cleaned it out, scrubbed it real well, bleached it, ran vinegar through it, washed the whole thing, and then decided to make a pot of coffee. Now I'm like, why did I do that? Lattes are better. I like espresso so much better than coffee. I've gotten now, so I don't even care if I drink anything but iced coffee, but I like espresso. We did that too, Jill, but then my stupid phone. The phone doesn't change, and so in my head, I knew. Plus, I use my phone more for a clock than I realize I do. So, I don't know. It's all right. I'll be all right. It's a good excuse to have a good Sunday afternoon nap. And I love my couch, you guys. I love my couch. I sleep so good on my couch. And I love the idea of coming home from church and putting a hoodie on and curling up under my Afghan and just dozing off into Never Never Land. And then my kid coming out at 6:00 saying, "Do you know you've slept the entire day? You're not going to sleep tonight. I'll have to take a Benadryl." All right, you guys. Thanks for joining me this morning. Let's go ahead and end in prayer. Our Heavenly Father, we thank you for our time together this morning. Thank you for your love, your grace, your mercy that we don't deserve, and yet you give to us. And we just thank you for that. I thank you for being with us all here today as we dig into your word and learn and draw closer to you, God. And I pray that it blesses you. God, I pray for each person here and the concerns on their heart. And I know there are many. And I just pray for your peace to surround them all today as we go through our day and head to your house. And I just pray for your strength and your provision and for your comfort for each and everyone. God, I pray as we go through our day, you will help us to make decisions today that are wise, that treat our bodies well, that lead to the outcomes we are shooting for, that strengthen our bodies and heal our bodies and our hearts and our minds, and lead us to the full surrender of our habits to you. In your precious and holy name, I pray. Amen. All right. Oh no, I'll be on time tomorrow for devotions. I'll be on time tomorrow for devotions. Oh, I'll be early for devotions because I have to go get my labs drawn tomorrow morning. Stink. Oh, and they're not till 8:30 and I can't have coffee. Gross. I'm a grown up. I can do hard things. All right. I love you guys. I hope you have an amazing rest of your day. I hope you all get a nanny poopy and a good little nappy. Wish Papa Joyful a happy birthday. He'll love it. He loves when people focus on his age. So make sure you do that today. I sent him a gift and it didn't get there. Yesterday, my phone said it was out for delivery, and today it says it's back in North Carolina, so I have no idea. So, all right, girls, I love you so much. I hope you have a great day, and I